In a quiet village surrounded by golden fields and whispering winds, lived a poor farmer named Ramesh and his wife, Meera. They worked from dawn till dusk, sowing seeds and harvesting crops. Yet their lives were filled with struggle. The land was dry, the rain unpredictable, and every meal on their table came with the sweat of their brow. But even in their hardship, they never forgot the importance of kindness. One scorching afternoon, while Ramesh was plowing the field and Meera was carrying water from the well, they saw an old man sitting under a tree. His clothes were torn, and his face showed the fatigue of a long journey. He looked hungry and weak. Without hesitation, Meera took out the last piece of bread she had saved for lunch and handed it to him. Ramesh gave him some water and said softly, "Please eat, old man. You look tired." The old man smiled with trembling lips. "You both are very kind. May your fields always stay green," he said before continuing his journey down the dusty road. Ramesh and Meera didn't think much of it. They had always believed that helping others was just the right thing to do. Days turned into weeks, and the village was soon struck by a terrible drought. The rivers dried up, crops withered, and many families were forced to leave in search of food and water. Ramesh's land, too, began to crack under the heat, and their savings ran out. It seemed as if their small world was about to collapse. One evening, when they were sitting outside their hut, a grand cart arrived at their door. From it stepped a man dressed in fine clothes, holding a large jar of water and several sacks of grain. Ramesh stood up in confusion. "Sir, you must be at the wrong house," he said politely. The man smiled. "Do you not remember me?" he asked. Ramesh and Meera looked closely and gasped. It was the same old man they had helped weeks ago, except now he looked completely different, clean, healthy, and full of energy. "I am a merchant from the nearby city," he explained. "I had lost my way that day and had nothing left to eat. Your kindness saved my life. I promised myself that I would return to repay your goodness." Tears filled Meera's eyes as the man placed the sacks in front of their hut. "These grains will last you through the drought. And here is a small pouch of coins to help you rebuild your farm." Ramesh tried to refuse, but the man insisted. "This is not charity," he said gently. "It is a gift of gratitude. You gave me food when I had none. Now I give you hope." Over the next few months, Ramesh and Meera used the resources wisely. They dug a small well, repaired their tools, and planted new seeds when the rains finally came. Their farm flourished like never before, and soon they were able to help other villagers who had nothing left. When people asked how their fortune changed, Ramesh would simply smile and say, "One act of kindness can grow like a seed. You never know when or how it will return to you." Years later, when Ramesh and Meera grew old, they built a small shelter near their field, a place where travelers could rest and have a meal for free. They named it the House of Kindness. Villagers and strangers alike stopped there, sharing stories, laughter, and hope. Their little act of compassion had not only changed their lives, but it started a chain of goodness in the whole village. Children grew up hearing their story, learning that kindness is the strongest seed a human can plant. Even after Ramesh and Meera were gone, the House of Kindness remained, a silent reminder that what you give from your heart always comes back to you in ways you never imagined. That one simple act, a piece of bread and a cup of water, became the reason hundreds found warmth and help for years to come. It was proof that even in the harshest times, kindness has the power to transform lives forever.